All right, everyone, I'm Drew here, and today we're going to be talking about a product you probably know RTA4 really well, right? This guy, our 435 NBX, that has been helping you bring barcode scanners, weigh scales, and ASCII displays into your PLCs for a long time. But we've got something really cool now. We call it the ScanD Doctor, all right? And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about that package today. It is going to be the easiest way, I promise you, the easiest and most cost-effective way to get a handheld barcode scanner integrated into your Allen Bradley PLC. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today. We are checking out the ScanD Doctor, right? And it's going to come to you in this convenient carry case. Why? Because the ScanD Doctor makes house calls. Let's unbox it now, though, and see actually what we're going to get inside. The ScanD Doctor package is set up to be the easiest package and the best way to get a barcode scanner, a handheld barcode scanner, connected to an Allen Bradley PLC. So you're going to see what you get here, right? And the big point here is you've only got two connections you need to make to your application. You've got to bring Ethernet into your PLC network, and you've got to bring 24-volt power, right? We're going to have a red and black flying leads. You've got to tie in 24 volts. After that, everything's in the box you need. And let's look at that now. So first, you're going to get the 435 NBX. This is the magic in the middle that allows you to take in a barcode scanner from one or two scanners and then deliver them directly to user-defined tags in the data table of your Allen Bradley PLC. Nothing's easier. No I/O to program, no scan list to deal with. This is going to push it directly into the PLC. And there's going to be an AOI to help you do that, which we'll go through in just a minute. You're also going to get a scanner. And we've got a couple of options. We've got wired and wireless, we've got industrial and rugged versions, and we've got one or two scanners, because up to two can be supported per unit. Those are all going to come. But most importantly with these scanners is, right, they're not set up to take 24 volts. So you are going to get, as you'll see here, a converter that allows you to take that 24 volts down to either the 5 or the 12 volts that the scanner requires, all included in the box, pre-wired, pre-tinned, pre-loaded, ready to go. So you're to a point where if you just plug in connectors to the known spot, you will be up and running, ready to do barcode scanning in your application. And that is the power, my friends, of the ScanD Doctor. All right, we've unboxed our ScanD Doctor package. Now we've taken it, we've set it up in our application. And our application here is, it's a straightforward one, but we've got a compact Logicbus, we've got our 24-volt power supply, and we've got a little switch. And this little switch is connecting the gateway here over to the PLC on that PLC network. And once you have that, everything else that you've got to do is provided for you in this package. So UDT and an AOI is provided to load into the compact Logicbus. And then there's no extra software in order to configure the ScanD Doctor package. It's all browser-based, and let's check that out now. So if you open your favorite browser and drop in the IP address of the gateway here, you're going to get this screen that comes up, and this is the home screen. This is where we will change any settings we need to inside of the gateway. What you'll notice here is we have very few settings to change because all of the gateways in the ScanD Doctor family are going to come preloaded with the exact configuration to match all of the connection needed for the scanners that you pick. So whether you've got one or two, you've got the industrial or the rugged version. And then it's also going to come with everything that can be set up in the PLC ahead of time done. And we'll show you that now. So after the home page here, we'll see that we've got essentially one port operational and set up. We'll go to our PLC configuration. And all you have to do here from a drop-down, you have to pick your PLC type. So in this case, we pick compact Logicbus and then the IP address of your PLC. We're never going to know that before we ship. You're going to plug that in here. And after you've done that, you've set up everything you need to do to get data from the gateway to your Allen Bradley PLC. All of the tag names are preset in the gateway that will match the AOI and the UDT that you've loaded. You can certainly change those, and if whatever you do, no problem at all. But if you want to use ours, it's ready to go out of the box. And then the next thing we want to do here that's good for troubleshooting and making sure you're set up the first time is jump right to the diagnostic page. And as you can see here, we're going to see any data that we're going to scan. So this is a great way to troubleshoot. So what are we going to do? Got two lovely bottles of suds here. We're going to grab them. We're going to see what they're doing. So we're going to scan the first one, and you're going to see that. That's going to show up in your last message sent to the compact Logicbus. So we've just sent this message, or so we think. So our next step, let's go check to see if that message is in the PLC. And look, here it is. In our tag barcode data, we've got our message. And if we go to our second bottle here, let's give that a scan. I'm going to read the message. I want to look at the PLC. 74654000998. Boom, right? We've got our second barcode into the PLC. So this is all you'd have to do. You'd set up your logic to monitor that tag, and any barcode you scan will be delivered. The only other structure you really have to worry about here is going to be this heartbeat tag. And this is really important because barcode scanning is event-based, right? Unlike a lot of other devices connected to your PLC, this is not cyclic. So if you're only scanning a part every few minutes or every few hours, you really don't know if you've got an active connection in between there. And that can be a problem if you're trying to maintain your system. So as long as that is actively increasing, you know that you have active connectivity to the gateway and ultimately to your barcode scanner, letting you know that you're ready to go. But that's it. We've literally gone through and showed you everything it takes to easily get barcodes into tags inside of your Allen Bradley PLC for use in your application. With that, you've unboxed the gateways. We've talked about how you set up these ScanDoctors. Now we're going to talk about the value proposition of using the ScanDoctor package. We'll go to that now. All right, let's talk ScanDoctor value package. What I have in my hands, these are handheld barcode scanners, ladies and gentlemen. So what is this? An industrial rated and the rugged rated, two that we offer in our packages. And you know what the main difference is? The main difference is how many times they're rated to be dropped. When you go rugged, you get more drops. And why is that? Because these are things held by human beings out on the factory floor. They will be dropped, they will be stepped on, they will be run over, and eventually they're gonna fail. And that's not a bad thing, that's just gonna happen. This is something a human holds and it will wear out. And you've got a plan for that. And that's really where the value proposition of the ScanDoctor comes in. And let's look at that now. So there are Ethernet IP scanners available, right? Scanners you can plug in that look like Ethernet IP I/O devices on your network. And you can see they're going to cost about $1,300, where these ScanDoctor packages, of course there's variety there, but they're going to cost around $1,500. So up front you're going to say, why don't I buy that Ethernet IP package? But then when all of a sudden this gets to that magic, 1,000, 6,000th drop and it fails, you've got to replace it. And with the Ethernet IP option here, you're replacing the whole scanner. It's another $1,500, $1,300 rather. And you're going to do that again and again and again. And finally, over your fourth replacement, you're going to get a $6,000 package. Where at the ScanDoctor, you don't have to worry about any connection inside of the PLC. When the scanner fails, all you're replacing is the scanner. You don't have to worry about a connection in your PLC. You're not going to have to worry about air request. You're going to have to take a scanner and just plug it into the existing cable set. And that's going to cost $250. The second time $250, the third time $250, the fourth time $250. So over time, when we're looking at 4 replacements, we're looking at cost savings here of over $4,000. And that's not factoring in your time that it would take you to set up those connections every time an Ethernet IP scanner failed. That, my friends, is the true value proposition of the ScanDoctor. All right, let's talk about it. Let's look at the difference between the industrial scanners and the rugged scanners. And before we do that, let's talk about the scanners you never want to put on your factory floor. That's the low cost ones. Those are the point of sale scanners, right? Those are the scanners out there that you're gonna find for $20 to $60. And I know that the urge is to just try them, but they're not gonna last, right? So POS stands for point of sale, but on the factory floor, POS stands for something else. And I know you know what I mean there. So if you want something on your factory floor that's gonna last more than a week, go with either an industrial rated or a rugged rated scanner. These are gonna handle the drops, they're gonna handle the dust and the debris. More importantly, if you go to the rugged one, you're going to get a couple of extra things, right? This one is super cool. One, it's going to handle a ton of drops. And more importantly, if you're in a situation, you're on the line, little Laverne and Shirley, right? You got the beer coming by and you're just saying, gotta scan it, gotta scan it. You have a couple and whoop, you drop it in a lake. I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me, but with this scanner, you don't have to worry about it. You go right in that lake. You hear that? We are now scanning underwater. These guys are submersion proof. So, what have we learned here? POS has no place on your factory floor. If you want a scanner that's going to reliably scan things for more than a month, you're going to go with an industrial. And if you want the best, dust-proof, waterproof, idiot-proof, you're going to want to go with the rugged scanner. And if you do, I promise, you won't regret it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've now been introduced to the ScanDoctor, and we know you're going to agree that it's one of the most efficient ways to get handheld barcode scanning into your Allen Bradley PLC. With that being said, if you're interested in picking up a unit or seeing more information online, check out the links below in the description. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, happy scanning.